fabulous first half from Leek, I thought. You were really so much in control, apart from a little 5-minute spell, but generally really good. And you set the pattern by scoring an early goal.
Yeah. It's becoming a good habit that we start games well. Even the games that haven't gone our way, we've started well. So that's a really good situation to be in when you start football matches well. We knew tonight was a tricky game, obviously, because the nature of them changing manager very unexpectedly. You know that's going to create a sort of a galvanised group, and they're going to come and fight and show the grit, which got them a point on Saturday at Hebburn, which was obviously an outstanding result for them in the circumstances. And you're never going to have it your own way, are you? So the whole game, we got through, obviously ahead in the game. We had obviously a couple of other opportunities that we could have obviously gone and scored the second goal, but equally, like you say, they had a spell as well. We get the second goal, obviously a great time in the second half for us, and my frustration was we didn't then make the game easier for ourselves, because obviously we let them back in. And obviously they threw caution to the wind at that point, but they just changed shape and they scored straight away, and all of a sudden then we lost our way for about 5 minutes. But we're away from home on a Tuesday night, and you have to show resilience, you have to show desire and heart to head balls out, and at the end when they're throwing caution to the wind and chucking the ball in how they were, we did that really well. So I'm really, really pleased.
Yeah, and you've mentioned resilience and so on, and I thought that's what you really showed. There was a great resilience, and when they did have a shot, really, Dino was in great form in goal too.
Yeah, Dino was very solid today. I just said to him at the end there, that punch, when they're just steaming in on him, they're not even making a play for the ball, they're just going to try and make sure that he doesn't punch it well, and he maybe punched it in his own goal or misses it or whatever. Made a great contact. I thought he was solid throughout, with a couple of saves you'd expect him to make, because we know how good he is, but he did, he made good work of them and held things he needed to hold, parried things effectively when he needed to. Yeah, but listen, it was a good, strong performance, from 1 to 16, because the subs obviously came on and played their part as well today.
Yeah, and if we can just say that you're two young forwards, really, or whatever position you want to say they play, Griffith and Hodkin really are a find, aren't they, at the moment? Yeah,
well, listen, they've hit it off. They're actually linking really nicely together. I thought the combination for the first goal down the left-hand side was great, and I think teams would look at Hursty and probably identify that side of the pitch as being a big part of our play and the way in which we get into positions when we attack. But equally, to get goals from the other side is something that we've obviously done now in the last 2 games as well. So that's really pleasing. But the link up for the second goal and the composure to finish it off was really, really pleasing. Yeah, I'm delighted with them both.
Great 3 points. Two little flies in the ointment, really. One, Liam had to come off.
Yeah, he obviously came off after 10 minutes. And to be fair, he said to me in the warm-up, he said he's still feeling just a little niggling issue that's just been there. It's something that at the end of games he started to feel, but it hadn't gone away again. And the pitch is so hard. It's so hard. I don't know how they cope with it, but their lads. Although having said that, they've had how many come off and get injured themselves. But after the heroics that they had on Tuesday night, so we didn't want to risk him. We didn't want to risk him with Saturday in mind. So whether he'll be fit or not, we don't know. But hopefully the extra few days rest will help. And I don't think tonight's done any harm in the little bit that he played. So. Yeah, hopefully he'll be okay.
And the other sort of fly in the ointment is some needless yellow cards, really.
Yeah. Listen, we're a young group, and occasionally, there's a little bit of petulance and dissent, which I don't like. But equally, I'm not. I understand when you heat the moment you're playing the game, particularly some of the decisions that you don't get at times in the Northern Premier League, and that just is what it is. But we've got to learn to be better. And I thought, on the whole, actually, I thought the officials handled the game pretty well. So I can't really grumble at that and blame them. It's something we've got to learn how to cope with better. And obviously, that's something that I've had to learn, and I'm learning myself as a young manager. So, I certainly can't. I've got to be careful. We've got to be better with it. But at the same time, I understand the players' frustrations at times.
And the great thing is, you can travel the long distance to Cleethorpes on Saturday in great heart.
Yeah, another very, very tricky fixture, seen a little bit of them, and you have to be absolutely on your mettle against a team like that. They do what they do well. They got some momentum from coming up, and yeah, it's going to be a really hard game, but certainly one we can look forward to.
Josh, well done. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dave. Cheers.